Stardom 101. Stardom 101. Stardom 101.
Stardom 101.
It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast. Shining light on today's tastemakers
and innovators.
Kicking it with your host, Christopher Boykin. It's the Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast.
Oh, yes, it's Stardom 101 Magazine Podcast here back on iHeartRadio. You know what we do. Thank y'all for joining in once again to this platform where we feature prominent, talented individuals all across the globe. And today I had to make a pit stop in Maryland. My guy Poppidizzy is on the line with me. We're going to chop it up. He got some projects and some things out there. What's going on, bro? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Yeah. The folks want to know, man. You got some stuff you're working on, and they wanted to know. But one of the most requested questions I got, bro, is for you is how did you or when did you really get into this music industry? I know everybody's story is different. Their background different, like their why different, their mission is different. For you, like what drove you to the music industry? When was that? And when did you really consider it and really took it seriously to the point where you wanted to pursue the profession full time?
You know, a lot of R&B, a lot of rap, a lot of soul, a lot of gospel. So when I was 5, one of the main people I used to always hear on the radio was between Michael Jackson, James Brown. They had Jill Scott that was playing on the radio and stuff. But Michael Jackson music just drew me in. And, even as I got older, what I'm saying, if I'm having a bad day or something like that, and I put on Michael Jackson, I'd be just fine. So the way that Michael Jackson used to sing, the way that he put his emotions, on the wax, the way that he just voices how he's feeling through music, stuck with me because I tend to look at music almost like colors, colors that represent, how you feeling, whichever mood and emotion that, you're currently in at that current moment. So Michael Jackson really drew me into music as a whole, but rap side, I'd say it'd have to be Biggie that drew me in, Tupac, Eminem, Eazy-E, S1, of course Big L.
Yeah.
50 Cent was big at my time too. He still is one of the greats to me.
Yeah.
What's the name? Run DMC, of course.
Okay.
Can't forget Cool Mo D. Can't forget Grandmaster Flash. Of course, you can't forget all the big timers. But they drew me into rap music. Just them putting the lyrics and the bomb beat. But even then, back then it wasn't just about having the best beat. It was about what you could, use your words for. They had a certain type of way that they captured audiences with their language, the way that they pronounce words, their delivery, their flows, their lyrics is real life and it's raw.
Yeah.
So as I got older, what I would do is I would hear these songs on the radio, but where they have those little 20 or 30-second bridges where, it's just a beat playing, I would add my own lyrics to it. So as I got older and stuff like that, and I heard the song and I put my own twist on it, I was like, damn, I can really do this.
Yeah.
So as I got older, I hit the age of 9, I started writing more, making words make sense and stuff like that. And when I had gotten in trouble when I was younger, when I was still a juvenile and stuff like that, and they had me locked up in the mountains and stuff like that, here in Cumberland, you don't hear no rap or any of that, you just hear straight country. So what I had to do was I had to, I have a good memory, I have a good way of having things play back in my head, so I can play the whole beat of a song in my head and, just start writing, or even just writing some a cappella. I just made words rhyme and stuff, on a great level. What I'm saying? I studied the greats to be able to write and, rap the way that I do. So, from that moment then, and before I came home, I was still 16. I was turned 17. And then when I came home, I was just about to turn 18. So before then, I was just writing the music and stuff. But by the time I got home, I had turned 18. That's the first time I had, went into the studio, and done everything,
Mm-hmm.
recorded songs and stuff. And even in my files now, I still have things from when the first time I put some on wax, and that was what, 2014. I still have every single file from
Wow.
2014 up to current, just to see my growth. Now, for me, I felt like, if I had this decade long catalog,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't hear or feel like that I changed, I wouldn't have kept doing it.
I
But
see.
each time I just kept growing and growing more. I just kept perfecting the craft because it wasn't one of those things that, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna do this. No, when I put my mind to something, I really do it. And I really
Mm-hmm.
like to perfect the craft. I like to take all the obstacles to get there to make sure that, that I'm perfecting my craft.
Mm-hmm.
And it just happens each and every time, that I create a new project or something. What I'll do is I'll listen to something that I put out, so I can put out a 10-track album, and then I decide 2 years or a year later, all right, let me write my next album. But what I got to do is I got to listen to every single song on this previous one.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm writing this new one, make sure that I'm not sounding the same. I'm not repetitive. I'm not using the same bars,
Yeah.
delivery, flow.
The
I got to
cadence.
change it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got to let these people know, that I ain't just, what I'm saying, an artist. I don't even consider myself an artist. I'm more of a lyricist. You know what I'm saying?
Ah. Ah.
So they grow with each and every one of my projects.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's pretty much how I got started on the music thing.
Oh man. So you just funny. You say you lyricist too. I know most lyricists start with the writing part, right? The poetry.
Hmm.
Sometimes
Yep.
even with the poetry too, they start and then it keeps evolving. That pen just keeps like I said, keeps evolving and getting better. So did you ever even do any type of poetry writing background? Did you ever had that background too? Even when you was locked up, you noticed yourself writing more than normal, like a poet?
Yeah, I noticed myself writing more, and I always knew I had a knack for being gifted when it came to writing because I was very good at writing in school.
Yeah.
Like history was my magic. My that to me that's my master subject. Among
Mm.
with other things, but history, I think history's my number one master subject just because of the telling, the storytelling,
Ah, that
involved
makes
in
sense.
history.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that helped me adopt my storytelling ability
Hmm.
because I looked at it like, that what goes on in somebody's daily life shouldn't just be, something that's just said. It should be told. It should, be
Hmm.
told as if it's like a movie and stuff. And the way that I'll be seeing things play out in my life and stuff like that is almost, like a movie. And it's just the
Hmm.
fact that each time I see it coming before it happens, like almost like, being a prophet, if
I
that
see.
makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. That
So,
makes total sense. Hmm. Wow.
yeah. So,
Wow, that was up, man. And you mentioned something earlier too. I want to tap on that. Some part of you. It sounds like you put your real life stories into your music. It's not fabricated or whatever have you. Are you intentional with making sure that your lines and everything that you rap is really about based on your life, your experiences, your output, your perspective? Because some people make up an illusion like a six
hmm
nine, like this person, but you're
exactly.
really not that person. So for you, are you
Exactly.
intentional letting your fans know through your writing, hey, this is what I seen, experienced, da da da, ain't nothing fabricated, no lies told?
Yeah, I keep mine strictly 100% raw, and I
Yes,
got to
sir.
do that because those like even the ones that I grew up with, stuff like that, everyone around me,
Yeah.
knows my story and stuff like that. But I couldn't be an artist knowing that, I'm out here fabricating lies and talking
Yeah.
about a life that I
I see what
really
you're
don't
saying.
live. That ain't, my thing because my thing with music isn't just one of them things. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna do this, just for the money and stuff like that.
Hmm.
I think for me, I think I do it more for the art. You
I
know what I'm
see.
saying? I
I
love
see.
I love the art and creating and that and inspiration. I
Hmm.
want to inspire, the next generation and stuff like because if you look at, this generation, the last generation before, a lot
Hmm.
of them, don't really embrace how they feel personally. A lot of them just brush past it and use
Hmm.
excuses why they don't tap into, that mindset, those, emotions and everything. Everybody uses, be it they're smoking, being they're drinking, whatever their preference is,
Yeah.
people use that. In me as an artist, I tend to use music as an outlet to express that. So I don't gotta, smoke or drink and tell other people, hey, I feel like I'm suicidal and stuff. I like to put that on wax because I know there's millions of people out that
Mm-hmm.
relate to something like that. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? So I want to be an inspiration to these new ones coming up. Like, it don't mean that you soft or anything because you say how you feel, you express how you feel. You know
True.
what I'm saying? It actually makes you, it makes
Human.
you,
Real.
yeah, you're human. Exactly. You gotta
Real
express
talk.
it. You gotta accept it. So it's like, if I can be the vessel for that and I can pioneer that, I have no problem with that.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. For you, man, you out there in a major market. I could a lot of stuff brewing out there in the DMV. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore, Maryland, Virginia is always a hotbed for talent individuals, multi-talent. I mean, we got go-go. We got so much different type of genres in
Mm-hmm.
this region. For you, bro, what do you see right now? What's the temperature of the market? What do you see right now for the DMV? Is it a great opportunity to make some noise? Is the industry on the other coasts, they ain't doing what they normally do? Like, what's your temperature perspective on the music industry for where you at locally in the city? Is this your reason?
So I'm currently in the Maryland area, but I done lived all in the DMV. But if I had to, I done
Yeah,
had
if you
to
had to classify.
buckle a little down. Yeah, exactly. I done lived all over the DMV. But if I got to classify and say where I think the DMV is, I think
Yeah.
the DMV is in a place. They're in a great place musically
Okay.
because not just because you got the upcoming artists, the younger ones and stuff like that, showing their talent.
Mm-hmm.
You notice there's been a branch off of different artists that's coming up. You got the ones, everybody, you got the ones that talk about the street life, and you got the ones that want to rap about, the real reality. You got the ones that's the real rap, what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, bringing back
Mm-hmm.
those 90s vibes and stuff. And I'm starting to see,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of artists from the DMV coming up and switching their styles up. And I think it's good. I think a
Okay.
lot of them are starting, to challenge themselves, and they have others starting to challenge. What's starting to change that I've seen over the
Mm-hmm.
last 10 or so years, there used to be people that got mad when other people would tell them, like, bro, you sound the same. You need to change it up. They took it as a personal attack. What I'm seeing
Ah,
now,
I see.
I'm seeing now that they're starting to accept that advice and they start to surprise themselves because they like, you know what? Bro was telling me this 10 years ago. I was hearing him out. So I changed this up. And you know what? Now on the level that I'm rapping, I feel like I could have reached this level 10 years ago, but I was just being stuck in my ways. So
Yeah.
them type of people that want to, give you that type of advice and want to see you well off, I feel like you need those type of people around. You need those people around that's going to be like, you know what, bro? I feel like you can do so much better because I know your true potential. I know how hard you go, and I know you like to challenge yourself. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm.
feel like we need those people that challenge us around. I feel like with a person just that's me, I don't get comfortable with being
Yeah.
comfortable. I like to be uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Where I don't know nothing, but then once I figure it out, I'm a dog at it.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely,
so
man.
that's my take on it.
Yeah. Tell me about this upcoming second album, man. Big business, second album. What's
Man,
going on, man? Tell me about it. Break down the title, break down everything. Let the listeners know what they're about to get into if they press play. What's this album about? The background story, the why, the mission, the time, and everything is important for you. So, yeah, if you could just elaborate on that.
hmm so my second album is titled Too Little Too Late.
Mm-hmm.
Now my first my first album was titled Recovery Mode, and if I got to differentiate, if I got to, tell the difference between the two, the difference is the first album was more so, it was more of, almost like a not a vent type
Okay.
of album, but it's one where as though, you go to a place where sometimes you're not ready to go. You know what
I
I'm saying?
see.
I feel like it was that type of album where not only did I surprise myself, but I seen how versatile I can be. I can
Mm.
be conscious one moment. I could just be on street rap one moment. I could rap about love the next moment. I could
Mm-hmm.
just talk about every single thing. So me, I go into, topics like fatherhood, marriages and divorces,
Mm-hmm.
you know, just things that we don't really talk about, anymore. So I felt
Mm-hmm.
like with the second album being titled Too Late, because originally it was called Sincerely Yours. But when I was, designing the cover and stuff like that, and I
Mm.
seen what it was, I was like, you know what? It feels like it's too little too late. So I feel like what I wanted to, or what I felt I recovered from years ago and stuff,
Mm.
there's a point in time I had to feel like, is it too little too late for me to get over that? Well, am I ever
Mm.
going, change from that? You know what I'm saying? Am I ever going to, be better? Am I going to, heal from it? Or it's going to be too late by
Mm-hmm.
the time that, that I do that. So I had to, you know, put out, the last 2 to 3 years of my life. And this actually is the first album that I made back in the DMV
Oh,
because
wow.
my first album was made in the South because I was living in Tennessee. So this is
Mm.
actually my first album back in the DMV. But I had, I had started, the writing. I know how quickly I can, write because when I put out my first album, 4 months later, I put
Mm-hmm.
out a little EP, and then 5 months after that, I put out another mixtape. So I put out, three lengthy projects in a 9 month span. So if I wanted to, be quick and fast and release things at a rapid fire pace, I
Yeah,
could, but
you
I,
could do
I, I
that.
take that exactly. I just take the quality over quantity type of approach
Mm.
when it comes to this. So this album, I started writing it in September and stuff like that. And I was originally planning for it, to come out in March, but I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just wait till like May 3rd,
Mm.
because in case I want to add, some extra things to it and stuff, because I've been finished with it, but I noticed that I always get extra, energy. So if somebody makes me mad or something, just for writing, what I'm saying? I'm gonna use that to control, my narrative and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
this second one is just based off of the last 3 years. The only difference is it doesn't pick right up, where my first album left off. Is different. You know what I'm saying? The
Mm-hmm.
the the bars are different, the delivery, the flow, the cadence, everything different. The
Mm.
beats are definitely different, but the beats and stuff like that, everything will let what type of mindset that I'm in. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna tell you where I'm at currently with life. And it's like, I cover things that I ain't know that I was capable of covering, but I'm happy,
Yeah.
that I covered them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? What I got from it so far, because what I have so far and what I recorded, technically speaking, right now, all the songs, they're pretty
Mm.
much done. But I know I'm gonna add more. But what I've been doing is listening to what I got so far, and
Mm.
if I had to sum it all up, I'm not gonna say a darkness edge, but I've seen like me move to like a dark side when it comes to music. I feel like that I became
Mm.
who I finally wanted to, be as an artist. I put myself on, full display. I'm
Mm.
coming out, I'm coming out the gate swinging, you know what I'm
Oh.
saying? Off the bat, I'm coming off to set it off. Like this one to me, this is one where I gotta settle scores because I got quite a lot of choice words for a lot of people
Yeah.
coming here. And
I
you
see.
notice, yeah, I could have waited, you know what I'm saying? I could have waited, I could have did it last summer and stuff like that, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna just wait. I'm gonna just suck it up. I'm gonna deal with how I'm feeling, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna just leave it all in the music. That's just how I
Mm.
tend to, do things. So this one, what I'm saying, this second album, I got some real high hopes for this one. I got a real great feeling
Yeah.
about what this one do for me and stuff like that, especially, what it'll do, with numbers and just
Mm.
what it'll
Mm.
do for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's
Mm.
one of them albums that's like, we need an album like this right now. We need a break from all the, turning up and shooting
Yeah. All that
everybody
crazy.
shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, real
We
talk.
we need one of these type of albums where it's just like,
Yeah.
man, this person really talking that talking, and it's just like anybody that listens to all my projects and stuff. Once you hear this one, you be like, damn, it's just like each project you do, it's like you keep going, growing and growing and growing. It's like I was
Yeah.
having a conversation with my sister. My sister do music too. We done music together too, and she's like, it's just like it's crazy to see your growth because when you started out, you was already nice. But everything that continue to send me over the years, and even the one you just sent me last week, you just keep making yourself greater and greater. You keep
Yeah.
setting your bar,
Yeah.
higher. And I was like, that's just that's just what I aim to do. I want to be, one of them type artists that people's like, yo, this person really grew with each project. This person took risks, artistic risks, each time they made a project.
Mm-hmm.
This is an artist that, that we all, grow with, and we relate to him too.
Mm-hmm.
So I say this album is probably going to be one of my favorite projects I ever did, and
Oh,
I
you already
already
got
got one of
it.
my
Look, you
favorite
already
songs.
got it.
I already got it locked up. I'm like, yeah, and I know which song on it is going to be my favorite song, but it's probably just because the level of rapping that I'm at, and it's just crazy because I was like, once I finished the song and I heard it back, in the moment I was doing it, it was like, all right, I heard what I did, but when I heard it back, is when it got crazy for me because I
Yeah.
was like, damn, I'm really rapping like I'm rapping like, I'm rapping like I'm on the top of the food chain with this.
Yeah,
Like
man.
this is like water coming out.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? So it, it's gonna be something great. That's what I can say.
Yes, sir. And you got any features on it?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
got 3 features so far
Mm-hmm.
on it. So that's probably it's probably gonna be all of them. So it's gonna be like
Okay.
it'll be between 11 and 12 tracks, but I got 3 features on it and stuff like that. One of the features is one of them happens to be my cousin, but he also produces my things because he got his own studio. You know how to do everything too. So me
Yeah.
and him definitely got one out. It's been a long time coming. We were supposed to do something 2 years ago, but he was making his project and I was busy knocking mine out quickly. So,
Yeah.
you know, I finally got one with him on it, you know what I'm saying? And that John is crazy. That's one of the street anthems on it. I
Mm-hmm.
got one with my good man. I think he even live in Indiana or he
Oh,
live in Chicago.
one or the other.
But yeah, but we did some 2 years ago on my other mixtapes too, my good man. And then the
Mm-hmm.
third John is with my sister. Now I know every time we get on the song, it always go crazy because my sister, she's like a she's like a left eye the brat mixture.
Okay. Okay.
So when I say that she's vicious on the mic, I lie to you not. She's vicious on the mic. She one of them ones that's like not even a lot of dudes can stand to go bar for bar with her
I
type.
see. I see.
Like she really is something special on the mic, and it'd be amazing me when we be rapping and stuff like that. I'd be like, yo, really nice, young. Like you really nice out here. So
Yeah.
you know.
That was
So yeah,
up, man.
you got 3 features on there.
That was up. Any visuals, bro? You gonna do like any music videos for one of them or two of them, or you just gonna let it stream out, no visuals?
So I'd say on the visual side, I'm definitely gonna shoot a video to one of
Mm-hmm.
maybe 2 of them,
Okay.
just by how I feel about it. And what I was gonna do originally, I originally had a plan to like do 3 different visuals
Mm-hmm.
because of the ones that's owed. So I got I got the ones for this album. But for my first album, there's a song on there titled "Never Die," freestyle. Now everybody loves it, and that song deserves a video. And then when I look back on my streams, I check my streams
Mm-hmm.
every single day. You know what I'm saying? I just made my Apple for artists, Spotify for artists like 2 years ago and stuff like that. So all of my projects combined, what I'm saying, came up to about 155,000. But that's with
Mm-hmm.
no videos, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
strictly just
Straight
that.
streams. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So exactly. So with with this one, it's going to be about either 1 or 2 videos with this album. I got to put that Never Die video out because I keep that one keeps getting streamed like crazy. Like they're streaming all my projects. I
Wow.
see it
But
every
that
single
one,
day.
yeah.
But my first album is getting hella streams, and I think that's also what inspired me to make my second one, just staying off of what people like from the first go around. Like
Mm-hmm.
that song is going crazy, but I see why. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The
Mm-hmm.
beat is crazy, the bars is crazy, the
Mm-hmm.
delivery is crazy. The dude that produced it though, when I was living in Tennessee, so happened to be a Grammy Award winning producer. So
Oh,
it kind of makes sense because the way he hit my vocals and the way that the beat, what I'm saying, is chopped up and everything. It
yeah.
makes sense why that song is starting to go crazy. So what I'm gonna do with that one, if I don't shoot a video to it, I'm gonna do a paint and a mic performance for that one
I
that I'm
see.
starting to see. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep myself pretty busy this year.
Yeah, man, it's gonna look like it will be one of years from you, man. What's the best way for the listeners to keep it locked with you, bro? I know you got some things coming up. We talked about the album, much other stuff coming up for you, bro. What's the best thing for the listeners to do right now to keep it locked with you?
Oh, if anybody ever wants to find me, like for example, you want to look for my music, all you got to do is go to Apple, go to Spotify, go to any major platform. I'm on every platform you could think of, and just type in Poppidizzy, and you'll find me out. If you want to go by years when I put out projects, then probably Spotify and Apple will be your best, because they'll tell you exactly what year, what date all this came out.
Yep.
And if you guys want to find me on Instagram, you can type in OG_Poppidizzy. And if you want to find me on Facebook, just type in OG Dizzy, because I got the link tree in my Instagram bio. If you ever want to find me, you want to, even if you just want to shoot me a DM, just if you want, just want to holler, you know what I'm saying? If I can just be a voice, be something that, help you with, give you advice or any of that, you know what I'm saying? You can find me there.
Now, what's up, man? You already heard it from my guy, Poppidizzy, in the building. iHeartRadio, man. I appreciate the convo, bro. That's what's up, man. I definitely love what you're doing, bro.
You already know it, man. I've been waiting to, get a interview with Stardom Media, because I follow you guys on Instagram and Facebook, but I've been following you for about, I want to say about between like 2 or 3 years. And y'all close, y'all real close, because y'all in Virginia.
Yeah, we in Virginia.
My father live in Richmond, so
that's what's up.
You
right
relatively close and stuff.
Yeah, we neighbors.
So man, I was like, I gotta eventually there's gotta be a day that I actually gotta pull up for real.
That what's up,
everybody
man.
Chop it up.
I appreciate you, man. Y'all already heard, listeners, his actual social media networks that he just actually announced to y'all is going to be in the show notes of the episode. So don't worry. We got you covered there. It's going to be in the links. Follow, stream, support. The album is on the way. Too little, too late. My guy got some music videos coming up, the visuals coming up, some other projects coming up. Summer season is about to hit us too. Spring, everybody about to come outside. I know he got some shows and stuff coming up as well too, man. Stardom Magazine, you already know what we do. On the Rise, this episode is featuring the one and only OG Poppidizzy. I appreciate you again, man. Thank you for tapping in.
Oh yeah, man, no problem, man. Thanks for the interview.
Absolutely. Stardom Magazine, iHeartRadio. We see you guys next week with another dope episode just like this. Until next time, peace.
Are you on the rise to stardom? Well, get featured in the next issue of Stardom101 Magazine and promote your business or products today. Text MAG to 804-550-8647 or visit stardom101mag.net.
You're listening to the Stardom101 Magazine Podcast with Christopher Boykin. Be sure to subscribe and download this episode, and continue to listen to Stardom on iHeartRadio or wherever you get your podcasts.